What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think you could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
That's going to be an expensive ticket tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah.
We won a Game 7, right?
No.
Yeah.
What is the matter with you?
Come on, this team's afraid of nobody on the road. You wouldn't have confidence in your team in a Game 7 in Edmonton? This is the best road team in the history of hockey.
That's how you decided to start.
I'm just asking you.
No.
I'm just asking you.
Establish the zig.
In Dan's defense, I think the Panthers want to win on the road in Game 7. They want to do, Mike, I'm serious. They want to prevent McDavid from winning the cup in front of his home fans. They do.
Too early for this shit.
Feels better.
Let's talk about how good everything feels before we're like, all right, let's go on the road and do this.
Dude, I'm not worried about the team. I'm worried about the travel. I'm tired. I just got here.
Is McDavid hurt? Has he even played this series?
He's going to Game 5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many goals does he have this entire playoffs?
Right.
Playoffs?
Yeah, the entire playoffs. I think it's 7. Oh, Brad Marchand? 6?
Yep.
In this series alone? Okay.
Yep.
Hi, Conn Smythe.
And a garbage goal does not count as a goal in my personal record book. I mean, seriously, it was a meaningless goal. I mean...
I want to go through some stats with you guys in a second. But, Zaslow, how much are those tickets going to go for?
Last I checked was last night. Cheapest ticket was $1,100 just to get in the building.
Wow.
I can't pay $1,100. No. It's $1,100 times 3 for me because I got to take both my boys. Wow. So I'm out.
You're out. Too steep because this has been a hell of a run by you. You agreed to work here for either free based on a bet, Atlanta against the Miami Heat, work for free or work for pay throughout the Panthers run, and the Panthers are at least going to give you the maximum number of games possible to get paid here throughout the summer on hockey and kick in on the bonus, which we did not have the bonus in play of now you get bonus shows paid for because the Panthers have had the run of runs. When I say they're a great road team, though.
Do I get to keep coming after hockey, by the way?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It triggers a clause. If the Panthers win the championship, it triggers a clause of you continuing on this heater.
Wow.
Good.
That's the contract language I saw. As a road team, okay, they're 25-11 since 23 in the playoffs, okay? That stat is crazy. That stat is nuts. 25-11 on the road in the playoffs since 2023 makes them the best road hockey postseason team there's ever been. They've got 61 road goals. They're plus 30 on the road. They're afraid of no one. And after losing that way in Game 4, where Edmonton breathes life for the first time on, we can get it to 2-2, and we came back from 3-0. We're the only team in the league that can do that to the Panthers. The only team in the league that can go from down 3-0 to winning that game in Florida. But Florida doesn't care, and Florida makes you pull your goalie, and Florida scores more goals than most teams ever have in hockey. And let me revisit for a second the spectacular wrong of Mike Ryan specifically going after Brad Marchand, because these numbers are crazy, okay? He's got as many goals in this final as Draisaitl and McDavid. That third goal of that game is as pretty a goal as there has been in the playoffs. We have the call for that in Finnish and Spanish, but wow. I'm not kidding you when I say the goal at 3-0, we can make an argument that it was the prettiest goal of the playoffs, what Marchand did in every way from cheating at the beginning, because He was in the face-off circle early. I'm not even understanding how he physically did what he did to be the oldest player to ever do something only Lemieux has done before, which is score more than 5 goals for 2 different teams. Let's play the sound, though, first and finish, and let me again show you how the Spanish language is better.
Marchand hyppää Jake Wallmanin ohi, tekee maalin! Ei voi olla! Brad Marchand! Huikea osuma jälleen Marchand vyö halvalla Oilers puolustusta!
That's good.
It's a good call.
It's pretty good, yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
What he said.
That Mike is incredibly wrong about Brad Marchand, who's the most valuable player in this series and scores like no one ever has at his age. He's done something that hasn't been done since 1922. Do you know the team that did it? The Vancouver Millionaires.
Really?
Put it on the poll, please, Juju, at
Original
Leviton
6,
Show.
huh?
Did you know there was such a thing as the Vancouver Millionaires? They've got 5 goals on the road. 5 goals on the road in a final from Marchand is the most since 1922. Play the call in Spanish.
Arriba para que venga Marchand. Marchand que se autohabilitó. Marchand puede hacer golazo. Marchand. ¡Gol! ¡Gol! ¡Golazo! ¡Gol! De las Panteras, Brad Marchand, espectacular.
Roy, for whatever is your maximum expertise on this team, no one had Marchand being one of the greatest trade deadline acquisitions in the history of the sport, making Luosterainen and Lundell and Marchand like the best third line in the sport. No matter what your expertise was, nobody was predicting this kind of impact from this guy.
Nobody was predicting him getting traded in the first place. I mean, that within itself, like, that was a shocker to everybody in the league. And now, at 37 years old, he pretty much wrapped up Conn Smythe right there. He's the MVP of the entire playoffs.
Yeah, third line has 55 points in 22 games.
Wow.
In case you were wondering, the second-round pick has been upgraded to a first for Boston. So they should feel okay about it.
Brad Marchand, espectacular.
It's what makes this team so good is their depth, and they have a first-line guy playing on the third line.
Oh, but Stugotz, yes, but
Lundell. Luosterainen. These are really good players.
Yes.
And whoever gets paired with that line over the course of these 3 years together plays well, too. It's an unbelievable – it's probably the best bottom 6 line you'll find in hockey, and you're not chasing contemporaries, you're chasing ghosts with that third line.
So let me talk. Lundell, people will talk about him as a two-way player who sees the ice somewhat like Barkov, like
Baby Barky.
When you talk about the depth of a team that is flogging Connor McDavid and Luosterainen, to have Marchand be a player in 22 playoff games, to have 10 goals and 10 assists, Stugotz, makes him a South Florida all-time legend icon on how runs are done emotionally. Holy shit, what do you mean we got a guy at the trade deadline who makes us this much better because now we're afraid of no one on the road. We can score more goals than anyone because we'll make you change your goalie before Game 5. And they're now a game away. I want to know where to put this team if tomorrow night's expensive ticket becomes an all-time team in this town because of what they did and who they did it to.
We'll see. I guess it depends on how many people show up at La Carreta to see their legacy within this town. I do think that you can make an argument for dynasty, even though that's usually reserved for teams that win more than 2, even though this is a bit of a ridiculous conversation because they haven't done it yet. Edmonton might be one of the greatest teams of all time, and they just keep running into the Florida Panthers. I think for historical context, on Brad Marchand, a lot of people making the argument this is the most impactful trade deadline acquisition ever, and you have a solid hand. He's probably on the medal stand. Marian Gaborik scored 14 goals for the LA Kings in a great acquisition from the Columbus Blue Jackets. And your guy, Butch Goring, in the 1980s, ended up winning the Conn Smythe.
Yeah. That's your boy?
Yeah, Butchie. Yep.
Before we go any further, because I want to talk about
Number
this
91.
team. Thank you, Stugotz.
You got it.
What Marchand did to 29-year-old Jake Wallman on that goal, on the goal and finish in Spanish, lovely in any language, it's one thing to get toasted that way, the equivalent of crossed over in hockey. But it's another thing at the end of that play for you to end up on your back in the net.
It's a spectacular goal.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And he doesn't really pull away from guys. The way that he pulled away and got the look is just incredible strength and balance.
But one of the all-time playoff performers, like you're talking about somebody that we're putting in a breath with Lemieux, Stugotz, on being able to put this together during the playoffs. I'm going to have a hard time historically putting my head around how wrong Mike is.
I'm not wrong. Look, I was wrong in calling him a rotational winger. That being said, Jesper probably does this.
You were wrong in wanting him to be a healthy scratch.
Yeah, Mackey probably does this. Those are all very gifted players.
Mike, can I help you turn this around? You were motivating Marchand. That's all you were doing.
You guys are mischaracterizing Mike. Mike likes to be proven wrong.
Yes.
And he likes saying he's wrong, and more importantly, he likes to be proven wrong.
Yes.
Right. So
another thing I like is being able to get through a thought.
Yeah. Had you proven him wrong, he would love this, but he's not wrong. When he's wrong, he'll be happy to tell you when he's wrong. Go on, Mike.
Marchand espectacular!
What do you think he's saying there?
I will tell all of you today that before we go any further on this, because I am excited to talk hockey today, like it really is wonderful to just witness greatness, and forgive me for wanting a Game 7 just because it's even better. and because just this team, good God, it's what I said to you before Game 7 last year in terms of what they're good at, burying you in the corner at the end, even if you've come back from down 3-0. They're better at this year. Like, why would I or anyone involved with the Florida Panthers be afraid of a Game 7 on the road against anybody? Like, they know they're champions. And it's not like McDavid. I'm not saying you shouldn't respect McDavid, and it's not weird that he only has one goal in 5 games, and Edmonton and Canada are about to fall on his neck because nobody wants Florida to win. Like, why would you want Florida to win? Why? This is supposed to be a coronation. Hockey's not rooting against McDavid. Why would they root against McDavid? You've got all of hockey wanting one result and one thing standing in the way, and it's this swamp thing.
Unbelievable. And the fact that the Panthers have done this on short rest. 1 day of travel.
So Mike is saying, let's not talk about this now, but I do want to put it in the context because even if they lose Game 6, I want to see what the stakes are in Game 7 are. On dynasty or underachiever?
Right.
On once in 3 years because you thought you were so close to 3?
Everything's on the line, Dan, for all the marbles, right?
A lot of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can make that argument when you consider the first time that they made it to the final, they were the last seed in.
But they were still there, though.
Yeah, I understand, but no, they were huge underdogs to Vegas. So that season wasn't a disappointment.
Right.
They win the Cup last year. If they lose to Edmonton and the best player in the game, 2 of the greatest in the game in Draisaitl and McDavid, I don't think anyone looks at them and is like, you really underachieved. I don't think it's a Boston Celtics victory.
Okay, but regardless.
Put up 3 games to 2 if they wind up losing the last 2. It's a total disaster.
That would hurt.
That's where it gets disappointing.
Yes.
The context of, hey, in Game 5, we had this big lead.
I want people to feel the weight of a historically great series between what I believe to be historically great teams. People will blame McDavid. I will not. The Panthers will choke it out of you. Like, I understand why you need your performer. Like, McDavid's got to be better than the Panthers. Everyone, I'm guessing that Billy and Stugotz are now in the Greg Cody camp of ready to get on board with McDavid's overrated.
I mean, I was there last year. Dan, how can you give a guy a pass if he's the greatest player in the game and he has 1 goal through 5 Stanley Cup games? How can you give him a pass? Now, we'll see what he does in Game 6 and Game 7 if there is a Game 7, but he doesn't get a pass. You have to be better than that.
And this is fair criticism, and it's what comes for the all-time greats. I'm just telling you I respect the Panthers enough to say that anyone they choke out, it's because they choke everyone out. Like, I've watched enough of this for 2 years to know that it is a failure on the bottom line for McDavid, and those are eternal, by the way. Like, this will haunt him if he cannot beat this team, and the Panthers will stand all the stronger over the years in terms of what they did historically because they held down LeBron at the beginning, because they did what the big 3 in Boston did to LeBron, made him change teams.
This is stopping LeBron in his prime. He's 27, 28 years old. This is supposed to be the run in which he dominates the league.
I would say if the Panthers win tomorrow, and you don't get a big game tomorrow from McDavid, it becomes the Panthers won 4 out of 5 after Edmonton won game 1, and McDavid had a goal in the series. Like, he'll get absolutely crushed. Just annihilated.
I gotta keep reminding people about something, that this is not a one-man team. Yeah. It's still Leon Draisaitl on this team.
It's been fantastic,
and he might be third place in Conn Smythe right now.
Yeah, the way that I hedged last year when the Panthers had a huge lead was, let me take McDavid, Conn Smythe. I'm doing something similar, but I'm hedging with Leon Draisaitl, who I think out of the two deserves it more just because he's better defensively. But last year, the saving grace for McDavid was it was his first Stanley Cup, and he won the Conn Smythe. So how much can you really go at him? He battled back from 3-0. If the narrative plays out the way that Zaz suggested, then the media jumps on his neck, and he starts feeling the things that LeBron started feeling after that Mavericks loss.
I feel bad for him, to be honest with you. I mean, after watching him for 2 Stanley Cup finals, he's just not that good. You know, regular season guy, compiler. He puts up all the big numbers.
He's a good skater.
Yeah, he's a fast guy.
Yeah,
Apollo Antonono, all that. Yeah, but once the bright lights turn on, I mean, it's just
he shuts off.
Where does he go?
Literally
exactly
won the Conn Smythe, the most outstanding player of the playoffs last year. And he's got 30
we
points.
talked about that they were looking for something to give him, so they gave him that.
Points.
Yeah,
30 plus points.
People want. Look, here's the thing. This isn't his fault, right? This is an us problem as a society. We all want to feel like our lives are so important and meaningful, when in reality, it's really not in the scope of history, right? We just want to feel like we're watching the greatest thing of all time so that we can go and tell our children, oh, we watched the greatest hockey player of all time, the greatest basketball player of all time, the greatest this, that, the other of all time, so that we feel like our life had some meaning, when in reality, he's just another guy. Just another guy. And just let him be another guy. Why do we put this pressure on him and make him feel like he has to be the best? He has to be a great. He has to win the Stanley Cup or he's nothing. He's just a guy.
Well, Billy, what if you are watching the greatest thing of all time?
I'm not.
Well,
I'm not watching the greatest thing of all time. Trust me.
What David's running into.
Yeah, the Panthers.
Yes, so Stugotz and Billy are entrenched now in the position of being unimpressed by the Panthers and unimpressed by McDavid.
He's just a guy.
God bless hockey, on its way to you in the future. I have to, though, stop in our tracks for a second. This weekend was dark. So this weekend, I believe, produced one of the largest, if not the largest, protest in the history of our country. If you're talking about 13 million people, if you're talking about 1% of our country, if the estimates are right. To No King Day, that America doesn't want a king. They don't want no king. They don't want a parade for a king. They don't want to feel like North Korea, more poorly done North Korea, because our guys don't march right. So, let's look at the tank here, the sound from this parade that got apparently 10,000 people. This is, a lot of people were making fun of the marching here, the junior ROTC lack of discipline in the march.
We should never.
We're not doing that.
Nope.
No, thank you for your service. Of course, nobody disputes that, but you can hear that's the tank making the sound because the parade doesn't have a lot of enthusiasm. And that you can hear, that audio is tremendous in terms of, does it sound like a parade when you can hear that's how a tank sounds when it's on asphalt and it's not a street legal vehicle.
And no one's cheering, even though there are scattered folks in the grandstand.
Yeah. Some weather issues, though, it looks like.
It's in the rain.
Hey guys, it's Jeremy, and I'm spending the early parts of this summer trying to go on a health kick. I want to feel like I'm being the healthiest to my body inside and out, and I want to do that in an easy way, because I'm busy, you're busy, we're all busy. It's that time of the year where even though things are lightening up for kids getting out of school, we all still have work to do. Let's make this our best season yet with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. Eating well has never been this easy. You just heat up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want. And they've got 45 weekly menu options, so you're never going to get bored. You're always going to enjoy it. And for me, these meals have really helped sustain me when I'm looking for something healthy, when I'm running between here at the Batard show and the Marlins games and stuff we've had to do with the heat. I'm constantly just running between events, and being able to just stick this meal in the microwave and enjoy it, that's tasty. There's really good chicken options and shrimp options. There's red meat meat, there's really everything that you could be looking for. So go ahead and get started at factormeals.com/Dan50off and use code Dan50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code Dan50off at factormeals.com/Dan50off for 50% off plus free shipping.
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
We all think we know where our money's going until you actually look for it. And it happened to me between food delivery, teething rings for the baby, random Amazon orders. Life and things add up fast. That's where Monarch Money comes in. It's like having my own personal CEO, but one that doesn't judge me for ordering sushi 4 nights in a row. Listen, my wife really likes spicy tuna right now. What do you want me to tell you? Monarch brings all your accounts, credit cards, and investments together so you finally get the full picture. We started using it to track our spending and set goals that feel real. And you can see everything clearly, what we're spending, what you're saving, and what you should be doing. And it's not about restricting you, it's about helping you build the life you want. Whether you're juggling money solo or trying to get on the same page with someone else, Monarch makes it simple. It's why over 1 million households are using it and why the Wall Street Journal named it the best budgeting app of 2025. Get control of your overall finances with Monarch Money. Use code Dan at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code Dan.
Dan Le Batard.
Lightning, Panthers. What do you think?
Stugotz.
Look at this face while I tell this to you. Okay, because I don't want there to be any kind of confusion. You look me right in the eye. Panthers are going to take that ass, man.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
In these difficult times, I'm very happy to say here is a safe space for ESPN discarded talents that got too close to the political flame. We have somebody that we've flown in to bring positivity to our neighborhood, to Miami, to a divided city and a divided country. So
thank you.
That is not you, although welcome back. It is nice to see you again. That is outside. What is this big reveal that we have? Let's go outside and find out who we've flown in to bring some sunshine, more sunshine into South Florida.
What's happening, everybody?
What?
Yes.
Whoa! What's going on?
Yes.
I'm assuming there's amazing cheers in the studio now.
Yes.
Now there are. You asked for them.
Celebration. What we have right here is the Freedom Tower. I just walked by the Freedom Tower. I asked him, has Dan ever been in the Freedom? Dan's never been in the Freedom Tower. I don't know how he feels about freedom. Mike Ryan has his own wing, Dan. Freedom Tower right there. Let's go get a coffee. Let's spread some love here, Dan.
Oh, we're going to go get coffee right now.
Coffee shop right. Yeah, we're going in. We're going in. Do you know this coffee shop, Corner Coffee
This is
shop?
Tony Reali.
We're seeing if we have
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dan. That's my name. Yes, I just assume that there's a lot of cheering as I'm doing this. Hello, how are you? My name is Tony Reali. Yes, hello, how are you?
He is so good at this.
What's your name?
James, nice to meet you.
James, where are you from?
It's a good
Arizona.
handshake.
You're liking the cool temperature right here, right? You a sports fan, James? You ever seen Kick Buttowski Season 2, Episode 47? I was the voice of the Dark One. That's where I'm known for. And a TV show called Around the Horn. Does any of this mean anything to you?
Around the Horn, when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Come back home from school, like after school, you guys would be on.
Okay, so you did know. Well, you could have started with that.
Yeah.
You could have said, yo, dude, I know who you are, man.
Yes.
That would have saved me the whole Buttowski routine I was doing here. This is, who's this guy to you?
This is my father-in-law.
Whoa! Vietnam. Well, here's what I wanted to say. First off, let me say Happy Father's Day. That's LeBron James out on the sideline. Happy Mother's Day. Happy International Women's Day. All right, Happy Father's Day. So you guys went on a trip together with your father-in-law? Are you out? This guy went on a trip with his father-in-law. You want positivity? That's positivity.
Reali, you're bringing people together. You're bringing people together there.
You want another one?
They're related. I mean,
wait, no. Father-in-law said he wanted another one just to keep up with you. Let's go over here. Hello.
Reali,
how we doing? Who do we have here? Yes, you are a Jennifer. Wow, I love everything about your corner coffee shop. It's outstanding. I'd like to get these gentlemen another drink over here. Hey, how you doing? Come on in. We're getting drinks. We're getting drinks on me.
Come on in.
Really? Okay.
It's creating 37th male lead of Kick Patowski, Suburban Daredevil. That was my claim to fame. My name's also Tony Reali. Nice to see you. Daniel. That's me right now. Oh, wait a second. The most immersive experience in all of content right now.
This
is it.
Look,
this is like looking on ourselves. There it is right here. All right, everybody's going to get a coffee. I want to talk to Jennifer real quick. You have a wonderful corner coffee shop.
Yes. He's so nice.
Putting something together. Danny, come over here a second. Look at this.
Go in there. It's a church. Yes, we've got a church in the building.
This is a church?
Yes, it's a church. Yes, we've got.
I feel like I'm in a Studio Ghibli movie right now. Like I'm in a dream. There's a church.
Yes.
And a piano.
Yes.
This is the Venn diagram of me. Jennifer, can I play this piano?
Oh boy.
This is like the Venn diagram. Guys, you did not tell me this. I'm gonna put this right here. Hold on a second. You want positivity? Here we go.
All right.
You know he's good at this.
Don't play piano, man.
Of course he is.
Royalty-free music, please.
All right. Okay, guys.
Yeah, I need it to be public domain music.
Public domain? Lionel Richie's suing you right now. This is going to get you in trouble?
No.
A little bit. God bless America or something like that.
Positivity.
Oh, how about this one?
Anything Beatles, Tony.
Just stop.
There it is. Yes.
All right, so we played piano. I'm not sure if I'm going to get you guys sued at the West.
Okay.
There's a church here. There's a church here.
Yes.
Look at this. I'm going up top. That may not be my church, but any church is what we need after this weekend. This is church.
Tony, it is nice.
Well, let's go see. Jennifer's going to tell me what church
rolling,
it is. It's
Dan.
great to see you, Dan. I'm going to make my way up there. I told you I'd be here all week.
Yes, but we're waiting for you to get up here. We want to introduce you to the audience. We want to introduce you to the people in the studio, and we.
So you can put prayers.
She's talking about prayers to the wall, Dan, and you're trying to get people introduced to the studio. Come on now. Have some respect.
Yep.
Have some respect for what we're doing here.
I'm sorry. I was blasphemous.
I'm trying to make my way up there to you guys, but I do want to get. Everybody's getting coffees here, right? Are we doing that?
All right.
What I loved about the coffee shop's sign, Dan, let me just say this. Over here on, what is this, Biscayne Boulevard? They have something I really appreciate. We have this in Brooklyn. You buy a coffee for your next friend who can't maybe spend the money to buy that coffee next time. And I saw that. And I see you have even a statue here, a beautiful statue here for homeless Jesus. Okay. So what I'm saying here is we found one block from the studio the most wholesome, positive place. And Dan, you've never even knew this existed. Take a little time to enjoy the view. That's all I'm saying, Dan. Let's get some coffee. I'm going to come up in a few minutes. We're going to walk around a little bit more because I want to feel I want the pulp. I want it to be pulpable. The Florida Panthers on the precipice of a Stanley Cup championship. Yes.
They play an hour north of here.
Well, you started with the show with they're going to lose and how great is that so we can get another game. What is that?
There was a guy wearing a nice hat. There was a guy wearing a nice hat.
That guy has
Tony
a Poppy
Reali
shirt on, it looks like.
All right.
Great to see you.
Are these people just milling about?
Upstairs and now you're downstairs. So he's just rolling around.
Yes,
all right. Once again, this is another
nice
person
shirt.
who has no idea who Dan is.
Yes.
It's a very nice shirt. Yes.
Thank you.
Can I
Tony,
get you coffee? I know. Yes, we're familiar with the show. That's the show that's on right now. Yeah. Good.
How many fans around? This is ridiculous.
But no, look at you. You incredible length here. I mean, you can give me 20-10 right now, huh?
And 5 blocks.
And 5 blocks.
Wait.
Well, no blocks right now.
No, wait. Can you ask him to do
Daniel.
it for us? I'd like him to do the 20-10 if you don't
Score
mind.
20 points?
On half on the show. No,
There is
20.
a basketball court.
Well, there is a basketball
there's
court.
room and there's a basketball
We're
court in
gonna
this
go out to a
building.
basketball court.
Yes.
If there's a basketball court
There
in
is
the
a
building, I'm going to go
basketball
out there
There
and do
is
some
one.
play-by-play.
There
You
is
running?
one.
No.
You going to play with us?
Yeah, I'll play.
You have a whole free morning? Man, it's tough out there for all of us, right? All of us people who are underemployed. We can do some run. All right, let me get you coffee, get rested up, and maybe in like 15 minutes we'll go find the court, and I'm going to give a little play-by-play of your game.
That sounds great.
And I'm going to be positive about it. I know you got it, all right? Very impressed with your height, though. Good height on this guy, huh? How about that?
Reali, we will.
Yes, sir.
I want to check in with the church in a moment, and I do want you to play basketball. Thank you for spreading some positivity. Are you just going to buy drinks for everyone down there?
I'm going to buy drinks for everybody. I'm going to work my way around. I want to see what Florida has to offer, what Miami has to offer. I want to feel a city that is on the precipice of winning a Stanley Cup. I want to feel it. I know Roy's got it.
Okay.
You know?
All right. So
he just flew in.
All right. We're going to check back in with you in a few minutes. You go somewhere else in Miami where you're going to get
No,
Panthers,
I'll go somewhere else. I
Panthers
literally
palpable buzz.
have nothing to do.
Okay.
I have nothing to do with my life right now.
Okay.
Please put me to work. All right.
It is nice. It is nice to see you. I will tell everybody, and this was unfortunate. I hated that this was so. That when Reali came in with his Monday pep, when he came in small talky and happy. Our bitter crew was not here for his perky Monday morning. He hugged Roy, and Roy just said, I'm tired. Roy, I've never seen Roy vigorously hugged by anyone that way. You sat in his embrace, or you stood in his embrace, stiffed his dry cleaning, and you just said, I'm tired.
Dude, I just got off a plane.
Yeah.
I just got the connection from Edmonton to Vancouver to Salt Lake City overnight. I'm tired, man.
Guys playing in the Cup. I mean,
Roy, you're living the life. This is your dreams. What do you mean I'm tired? You're living your dreams right now at the top of the sport. What are you talking about?
I'm tired but happy.
But you're complaining about tired. You're drinking on an
but a
expensive
happy
account.
tired, Dan.
You and Dwork.
I'm dry.
You and Dwork. Well, that's not. Whose fault is that?
My wife's.
Idle, yeah. It's really like inconvenient planning, right? For you to have to go all the way over there to come back to them, maybe have to go back for one game and then come back again. You're really leaving a massive carbon footprint, Roy.
Yes, it's all the Los Angeles Kings' fault. They should have took care of things in round one.
Let me be clear, by the way, in my stumbling around in transition from hockey to Reali, because I do want to be clear about this. I'm not even mocking when I say that I have maximum respect for our troops in a situation where they are in servitude to someone they know has called them suckers and losers. When there's reports around the president that now include, whatever's going on with a catheter and a diaper and whatever's going on now that makes dictatorship okay or more okay than it seems like is okay. It's a bad spot for our soldiers. So I didn't want to and don't mean to say anything as an aspersion to our soldiers, because I don't even know what you can do in that situation where you have to be subservient to somebody who's gone full dictator. And it was an awkward transition between Reali and hockey. And Marchand is doing things, Stugotz, that I really want to put it in context of South Florida sports history. Who are the best we've ever had in terms of this icon's going to echo with your children on, holy shit, do you remember the run Marchand had 15 years ago? Like, this is generational stuff that's happening from what, like, Seth Jones isn't the one doing this, although he adds to their depth too. It's the guy they got at the trade deadline that did this, Stugotz, 13 years ago.
It would have been like if when the Heat traded for Iguodala in 2020, if Iguodala was the Finals MVP for the Heat,
but it's nuts.
And they won.
It's nuts because the best player is also the best story. Like, there's not a better story. We could talk about all the star power everywhere.
Look, I'm a hating-ass hater. He's not the best player on the line. I know he's scoring the goals, and by my math, I think I need Seth Jones to score 7 goals in the next game for me to argue that Brad Marchand isn't even the most impactful trade deadline acquisition on the team. But Lundell and Luosterainen have been incredible. Luosterainen's probably one of the best defensive forwards in the leagues, and nobody talks about it because he's on that third line. Anyone does this with that third line. It is the 3 guys. Marchand has been incredible. He is playing way better than anyone assumed he would, including yours truly. However, I am not wrong about him being a jerk, and I don't have to like him, and that was my main point.
Brad Marchand espectacular!
And what do you think he said?
Where's Ugath Urbina on this list for you?
Wow, that's a good one.
Darren Dalton.
Yeah, Dutch,
yeah.
Wow.
Ugath Urbina we all kind of forgot about because of the whole prison thing and the machete, right?
Yeah, the murder.
So that we kind of like,
Hold
well,
on
you
a
know
second.
what?
I'm sorry. I've got to interrupt programming here because I've just been told by our crack production team that a bit we've been trying to get off the ground for a month. Chris Cody's off today. I don't know when that bit's going to make its appearance, but Big Mac is somebody who is a friend of the show downstairs, and he is now with Tony Reali, and Tony Reali is going to do a live interview, evidently, of Big Mac. Introduce Big Mac to our audience. Reali, you've made a friend down there. He's a friend. He can give you the dirt on everyone on our show, Reali.
Dirt. Can we start with the chapeau? What are we rocking? I've seen gangs of New York, and you're Bill the Butcher here. What are you talking about?
Trust me, I'm not no member of no gang.
No.
It's a
beautiful hat. What is this? What am I looking at? Is it a bowler?
It's a bowler.
A derby? Derby?
European bowler. But here in America, we call them derbies.
Yeah,
and
nice.
I get my derbies from Nets Hat.
And this is an everyday for you?
Every day. I've been wearing them since I was a kid.
Because you recognize it's 100% humidity and about 1,000,000 degrees out here, right?
Without a doubt. But
you are just walking on clouds. Look at him. Look at this posture of this man. The thoracic mobility of Big Mac. Now, we call him Big Mac because your name is Ronald.
Ronald, that's right. Because of Ronald McDonald.
And did you throw down some Big Macs in your time?
Yeah, I love Big Mac. I remember I used to work up in East St. Louis.
Those are good.
As a cook.
Big Macs are good.
And back in the day, I don't want to tell you how long
Dan is salivating over just the idea of a Big Mac. When Ron would sit down, how many putting down? 3, 4?
About 4.
4? Oh, man, Ronald. Well, everybody who's come by the street knows you.
Really?
You were the mayor of this street.
Well, it was the same way when I was over there at the Flatiron. I was the same thing on the Burkle Plaza. But right now I'm at Elser, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Get his Panther information. I don't need his history. Get his.
Ball talk.
He's been a hockey fan since 1970.
Disrespecting another man.
So
in a badge,
talk to me about the Panthers. Would you rather they win right now at home? This is a debate they're having upstairs.
Without a doubt.
Because they're a little Stugotz.
Or
take a loss to get to a Game 7 because it might be more exciting.
No, we had that experience last year.
Of course.
And we don't want it again.
Plus, I mean, you've won enough on the road.
Yes,
win some home games.
Yes, we did.
Who's your favorite Panther?
I like Matthew Tkachuk. And I like Brent, what's his name? Brashard?
Yeah, that's
Brad Marchand.
Ask him about Chris Grier.
Remember him forever. Yeah.
Ask about Chris Grier, Tony.
AJ Grier.
Ask about Andrew Marchand. Ask him about a ball.
Chris Grier. Oh, my God.
Thank
we need
you.
to get rid of this guy as soon as possible.
Oh, boy. Okay.
As
Now, this is
soon
about
as
the
possible.
positivity today, so we're trying to work the positivity.
No,
This is why I
that's
acknowledge
okay.
your
Billy,
thoracic
get back
mobility.
in here.
I
You
love what you're
produced
doing
this.
here. Your pelvic tilt.
No, hold on.
Pelvic tilt
Tony.
underneath your body.
Tony, I need.
Hold on.
I need this segment produced by Billy Gill. Billy, get Big Mac riled up here.
All right, Billy's got a question for you.
No, we don't want to rile
Riled
up Big Mac. It's just, now is good times with the Panthers, but we know that there's bigger pressing issues with the Dolphins and Chris Grier, and he's got to go.
There's pressing issues with the Dolphins, and Chris Grier's got to go. You give me 30 seconds right here. This is your FaceTime. I'm not sure if you ever saw a show called Around the Horn, but you just won today's show. Now you've got 30 seconds to talk about whatever you want.
Okay.
But we're hoping for a little Chris Grier action.
Okay, I want to talk about Chris Grier simply because he's been here too long, and he makes the same mistakes. He get a good couple of guys, and then he doesn't know what he's doing. And I'm just sick of looking at him because everything is funny to him. Everything is funny to Chris Grier.
We're getting run over by a car.
You notice when
let's just get over here.
He's
Ron.
supposed to be checking the cars.
When he does his interview.
Reali, don't get anyone hurt.
Yes.
That's
All right.
not good.
So I think we're at a case where we got to actually have you go back to work. But I love what you're doing out here. The
thank you
mayor
so much, and I appreciate
and the hat, the bowler hat.
Thank you so much.
And you're really
God bless
breath
you.
of fresh air. God
you
bless
need
you.
anything? Help me. Let me know.
You want to run some full court with my man over here?
Ooh, Tony, ask him if he wants Kevin Durant.
Do you want Kevin Durant?
I'd rather have Kelly Ware. I'd rather have him because he's younger. But if
that's
they
a hot
need to
take.
Go. I mean, who needs a 15-time All-Star, right? Okay, yeah. Good to be you, Ronald. You can just sneeze off 15-time All-Stars in your life. You are. I'm happy about this. Watch yourself. What's up? Mini Cooper.
Check that car.
Reali, be careful. Reali, be careful out there.
Yeah.
Please, there are liability
we're not going to
issues.
get anybody hit today.
Okay.
We're not going to get anybody hit.
All right. You keep gathering Panthers fever. We'll check in with you
We're gonna
in a little bit. Okay. Thank you. Right. You keep finding Panthers fever all over the city. You looked all over the city and you found the guy in the carport who just greets us every morning, Big Mac, who we've been trying to build a segment around for about a month. And Billy, I'm going to email it to you because you tried to get the good Chris Grier stuff out of him. That guy, every day we come into work, he lights every member of this show up with his Chris Grier opinions. And they're poisonous, and he wants him gone.
Tired of looking at him.
Yeah. Always smiling, he says in the press conferences. Big joke of this Chris Grier, according to Big Mac.
Mike wants Kevin Durant. Does Zaz want Kevin Durant? Because Kevin Durant and Bam, if you can get him for picks, which I think is what Phoenix wants. It's
and
what
maybe
they wanted
Russell Westbrook, too.
A couple of months ago.
Wow. That would be exciting.
We established the zig. Does Kevin Durant want me?
I didn't see the Westbrook coming. I really didn't.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he opted out. He's there.
Yeah.
He's there for the taking. Imagine a reunion. Oh, down here in Miami.
Zaz, how do you feel about that?
I mean, why don't you get Ibaka also?
Why not?
Anybody else?
Bring Scotty Brooks on staff.
Anybody else? Perk can play in a suit.
Get Perk.
Perk can be your center.
It's getting to the point that I feel like I'm being set up again to have my heart broken by Kevin Durant. I don't even know if he wants me. Does he want me?
You're not going to answer my question until he tells you?
Yeah, does he want me?
He's going to break your heart with San Antonio.
Howdy, folks. It's Mike Ryan. Now, if you've been listening to the show a lot lately, you've heard so much playoff talk, playoff hoops. Down here in South Florida, we're especially enamored with playoff hockey. It's not just limited to the playoffs. Motorsports, tennis, golf. It's truly one of the best times in the sporting calendar. And with the weather outside warming up, it's just perfect to hop in a pool, maybe grill up some food, but most certainly crack open some Miller Lights. I just described a pretty perfect day, didn't I? And it culminates with Miller time. There's something about a perfect grilling day. The sun's out, friends show up, and that first sip of Miller Lite just hits different. I've been stocking up the cooler with it for years. This year, Miller Lite turns 50. That is 5 decades of cookouts, laughs, and ice-cold moments that never miss. And if you've listened to the show for its 20-year existence, you know this to be true. Miller Lite. Great taste. 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.